Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Board with Everything. I'm so glad that you are back with me, and for all the others who are new, thank you for being here. We're going to get into the reading. The first card we have is the Queen of Wands. The second card that I pulled is the Ace of Wands. The third card is the Ten of Pentacles. The overall message is the Fool. Okay. And the underlying energy is the Page of Wands. So Capricorn, this is some very beautiful energy, right? I pulled this so that we can get right into the reading, and because like Capricorn, you've been developing some things, so it's just like this is really beautiful energy that's coming through. It, like I said, it's just like we're having new beginnings, Capricorn, and I feel like this can grow into something like major, something very big. And I don't think you realize how big it could be, because like I see confidence in this, I see inspiration, I see creativity, a leap of faith with the Fool card, and it's ultimately just something that's connected to some long-term stability and legacy with the Ten of Pentacles. So Capricorn, when I look at these cards, if you are sitting on an idea, or you're thinking about starting something new, or you've been wondering whether you're capable of creating a different life for yourself, I truly believe that you need to pay attention to this reading, Capricorn. I really do, because you can definitely create something new. Whatever it is that's been sitting in your mind, Capricorn, I believe this reading is saying that you need to start. So with the Queen of Wands, Capricorn, this was the first card out. Just, this recap to let you know. This is the first card out, Capricorn, right? The Queen of Wands. And this is a very confident woman, and it could just be feminine energy. It doesn't have to be male, female, but this is a very confident person. This person is magnetic. This person knows their worth. This person doesn't wait on anybody to validate, him or her. This person just moves. So I'm gonna, speak on the energy of the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands just moves. Queen of Wands does not need anybody telling her that, yeah, you can go ahead and do it. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Like, Queen of Wands doesn't have to check in with anybody, right? And this card could represent for you, Capricorn, that you're stepping into something that's more visible and it's like more confident. This is like a new version of you that people are going to be able to see. You may be realizing that you just don't need the permission, okay? Because what I'm sensing is maybe you used to, double check with somebody, or say, you know what, I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted confirmation. But you're stepping into an era to where you don't need that. Like, Queen of Wands is seriously connected to entrepreneurship, creativity, leadership, personal branding, and putting herself out there. So you could finally be seeing, like, to me, Capricorn, what's gonna happen is you're gonna finally see some things that you didn't see within yourself. So not only is the world gonna see who you have become, from you working in your private time, you're gonna also see who you are becoming or have become from the diligent work that you did in your private time. And I just want you to know that the Queen of Wands does not chase attention, Capricorn. the Queen of Wands becomes undeniable. I mean, the Queen of Wands is basically, you see her, she's done the work, she's put in the time. Like, there's that private, time, and you can't deny her. You can't deny what she's become. You can't take away from her what she's learned. And next we have the Ace of Wands, and this is a new thing. This is like a new spark. Okay, this is definitely confirmation. See, you don't need it from outside people, spirit giving it to you. This is definitely confirmation that something is beginning. This is that spark, the idea, inspiration, the creative fire, the sudden feeling of, I have to do this. It could be a new business idea, a new project, a career direction, creative endeavor, relationship, or just a complete change of your whole life. Now, because the Queen of Wands came first, I don't see this as simply having an idea. I see someone becoming confident enough to act on the idea. See, the Ace says, here's the opportunity. What are you going to do with it? Okay? So, next, which a lot of people love to see, including me, Ten of Pentacles. Okay? So, this could be, basically, this could be something huge. Whatever it is that you're working on, that you're building, it could be huge. If you stick to it, everything you've learned, all of that, this could be huge. Okay, and like, this is pretty much where the reading gets very interesting, because you have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. That's confidence, inspiration, legacy. The Ten of Pentacles is about long-term security, wealth, family, legacy, stability, building something that lasts. Like, you're building something that your children's children are going to be able to see. Okay? So don't underestimate the idea that's coming to you, Capricorn. Don't underestimate it. The Ace of Wands may look like a tiny spark right now, but the Ten of Pentacles asks you to think bigger. What could this become if you actually committed to it? Maybe it's not just a project. Maybe it's the beginning of something that changes your financial future. Maybe it's not just a business. Maybe it's the beginning of legacy. And here's the thing with that. Sometimes you think that you have one thing, just that one thing. And you're like, yeah, but I heard that you need 7 streams of income, and way the economy is going right now, I need to have multiple things. Okay, that's what we hear. But how about this? How about that this one thing that you are developing is going to give you the means to begin other things? So you don't have to necessarily start so many different things. It could be a blossom from this thing that you're creating, right? So the overall message we have, Capricorn, is a Fool card. Okay, so this basically, to me, is telling us the whole story. This is definitely the beginning to a new journey. This is important because the Fool doesn't have everything mapped out, right? The Fool doesn't. It's like the two of Wands. It's saying you need to make a plan, right? You don't have everything together, you need to get it together. Well, the Fool does not have a plan. The Fool has enough faith, though, to step out, to go ahead and just take that first step. And this message could definitely emphasize that you may want to know how are things going to work? What's my 5-year plan? What's the guarantee? What happens if it doesn't work? Okay? But with all the other cards, with the Fool card, you may not get all the answers before you begin. Sometimes the first step creates the information you need to take the second step. I know it sounds strange. Even when I've written my books, it's like you need to have step 1, step 2, step 3. You need to have an outline and all of these different things. But sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Sometimes it's, to me, I will have an idea for the next chapter because of something that I had first. And then sometimes it's like, where am I trying to arrive? And so I start creating everything based on where I'm trying to arrive. And to me, that's something like what's going on in your life. Where is it that you want to go? What are you manifesting? So then you go back and you start to do things in your life that reflect that that's where you live in. That area that you're manifesting, that's where you currently are. So that's what you do. So basically, the Fool wants you to take a leap, not a reckless leap, but a faith-filled leap. And once again, the Fool is like really encompassed by the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is a very different picture from jump and hope for the best. This is more like believing yourself enough to begin building what you want, Capricorn. Okay, then we have this underlying message. Oh my God, so much, it's like so much new energy. The Page of Wands. Okay, so this is another card of beginnings, exploration, creativity, excitement, discovering what's possible. Sorry about that if you see that. So this is all about what's possible. Okay, so you have the Fool, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Wands, right? This is a lot of new beginning energy. Okay, something wants to be explored, something wants to be created or experienced. You may have an idea that keeps coming back to you, Capricorn, and you may keep thinking, what if I actually tried? Okay, the page is saying find out, right? So you don't have to know everything just yet. Just be willing to learn, Capricorn. I mean, look at how many wands you have. You have the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands. This is like action. And then you have like the Fool card. This is huge fire, new beginning energy. Okay? This is not talking about you sitting around and waiting on something to happen, Capricorn. This is saying create, move, explore, begin. And the Ten of Pentacles, it's giving the reading like the long-term destination. Build something. Like build something from that spark. Build something that means something to you. That spark, yeah, it may be small now, but just wait. Oh my God, this is amazing, Capricorn. And so financially, for like a career money message, what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, is and the country just came out, excuse me, it really did. But this could be about an inspired ideal being turned into something sustainable. Okay, so for some Capricorns, this could be like entrepreneurship becoming more appealing to you. Maybe you've been sitting on something that you need to start and you're just like, I'm not interested, but it keeps nagging at you, so it may be becoming more appealing. And then you could have like a side project that you could be becoming more serious about. Like, I've seen some videos, like I told you, Capricorn, you know, if you've seen the video of some outside things that I'm doing. I've also seen like this guy who is an engineer, but he does trading on the side and investing on the side. And he wasn't taking it serious. You know, his job paid him well, but he began taking it more serious. And it could be you. It could be, you know, everything is going just fine for you, but here's another opportunity. If you go ahead and put a little bit more into that, that can grow and be sustainable. And it can also be legacy, because you can pass it down. You could pass the education down, or you could pass the finances down. And so for some other people, Capricorn, you could be creative. You could have a talent that you could make profitable. For instance, like, just giving an example, I worked in healthcare for years, and I wrote some of the manuals for how to effectively collect payment posts. I worked in a central billing office, so I did everything, and I did manage a few, and I even billed a few. Well, I could take that, if I so will, and turn it into something that could be sold for all the new people coming along that may want to step into that field. And think about it, it won't cost as much, because a lot of people have to go to school for it. And that could be something that I could put out there for little to nothing, you know, for new people. So, like, that could become profitable. Or some type of talent like drawing. I have a niece, she loves to draw, and she sells those things. She loves art. And here's another example. She loves art and different things like that, and that led her to tattooing. So remember when I was talking about how you can have this one thing and it starts creating avenues for more income? Okay, so you may be in a career and you may take a different path, right? You may be into banking and you go another route in the financial sector, which could be accounting, you know, from finance manager to accounting or something like that. And, you know, for some Capricorns, you could just invest in yourself, you know, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be anything that I named, but you could definitely find some type of way to invest in yourself, pay some things off over time. Basically, this energy, Capricorn, feels like you're no longer thinking about earning a paycheck. You're thinking about ownership, you know, just pure ownership of something. So, basically, this Ten of Pentacles does want you to think beyond a paycheck. This reading wants you to ask yourself, what am I building? Not just how much can I make this month, but what can I build that will support me for years? And that is definitely, Capricorn, the difference between income and legacy. So your spirit message, I believe, is you don't need to become someone else to receive the next chapter. You don't even have to ask for anybody to validate you moving forward and leaving the past behind. You know, you just need to become more fully yourself. The Queen of Wands says, own your power. The Ace of Wands says, follow the spark. The Fool is telling you to take a leap. The Page of Wands is saying, stay curious, continue learning things, stay curious about where you're going. And the Ten of Pentacles is telling you to make sure it lasts. You're building something that's going to last, Capricorn. So you don't have to be so focused on knowing exactly how the story is going to end that you refuse to begin the story. The Fool doesn't have the entire map, and the Page of Wands doesn't know everything yet. The Ace of Wands is just a spark, but the Ten of Pentacles shows us, Capricorn, what can happen when you take that spark seriously and you build on it, that's what you're going to build on it. So the next chapter, it could begin like with one little small decision to believe in yourself, believe that this is going to happen. You have to, because the Fool card is definitely saying the Fool stepped out on faith. Like this is a new beginning. Capricorn, seriously, whatever this is, it could be a seed. You need to plant that seed because you could be building legacy from that one seed. The Fool is definitely, as the heart of this reading, asking you to begin. The Wands are giving you the fire to begin, and the Ten of Pentacles is reminding you to think beyond the beginning, Capricorn. This was seriously a reading to contemplate, to think on. Capricorn, if there's anything in this video that resonated with you, please like this video, share this video with other Capricorn placements, and please subscribe to this channel, and I will see you again later. Have a good one.